The other speakers will delve in depth. But I am appealing to some of you, those of you who said that you're undecided. I am appealing to you, as a man of this soil, as a man from Wakenaam, that you need not to be undecided after you listen to the speakers tonight. You need to make up your mind. You need to end the corruption. You need to end the mismanagement. Don't look at the things that you see. Those streets, the roads, we welcome them. But remember, these are things that are inferior. We need things that will last us for 10 years, 20 years. Not things that are going to last us next 2 years. The only party that can deliver that is the ACNU party. We have been tested, and you know, you can look back. We still have legacies from our reign way back. So I just want to appeal to you. Now tonight, I'm going to bring someone to you, and that's a man of the soil, or another man of the soil. Someone you know very well. He's been working with you, rubbing shoulders with you, and he is one of the candidates for this election. Or he's one of the many candidates. We have other candidates that are in the midst here tonight. But he is a man that you have been crying to over the years, that you've been asking for help. But he's the man here tonight again. So, without any ado, I will introduce to you the chairman, and he'll be the first speaker for the night. He's your regional councillor, and as I said, he's the candidate. He's no other than Perry Beerbal.
Thank you, Commodores. Good night, Wakenaam. Good night to all the people who's in their homes and far abroad where they could listen to us. We say thank you for listening to us tonight. Tonight I want to remind us about a little history, because those comrades who become politicians, which I am not, I'm a community worker, they call themselves politicians, they do not know politics, and they misguided young people in their community. We are sitting and standing, and we can look above us with bright lights. And one of them of the PPP said, when they were passing by me, PPP gave them light. That is misleading. That is misleading. And so some of my friends, who is much qualified than I, need to let the people know the history of this light. In the early days, when the silo was operating under the stewardship of Comrade LFS Barnum, he bring this light to Wakenaam. And there where we get light from. Not the PPP, Barnum the PNC. And when we can put a finger in our homes and press a switch and get AC, get light, get water from our fridge, we must say thanks to the PNC and thanks to Barnum. After many years, and I hope my brother listening to what I am saying, which he cannot doubt. After many years, over 23 years, the PPP took office and tend not to remember or know that there need street lights. After the 23 years, when Arthur Granger took office, the PNC again, we started to put lights on the streets of Wakenaam without oil money. But I want to go back a little to remind people that under the Burnham leadership, the PNC, when we started to put down these poles on Wakenaam, the then PYO, and I don't want to call some of their names, cut down all these poles going to Nikadak. The elder people would know that, and we cannot hide the truth. And I want to tell the young people tonight that those friends who I have who say they are learned, they are misleading you. Know the facts. And I want to let you understand that the PNC didn't do anything, but they live in the legacy of the PNC, and they are happy in their homes. They are happy in their homes tonight because their children can learn better because they have electricity. The people could sleep comfortable because you have AC. And we had one of the reliable source of electricity on Wakenaam. And until today, without oil money, when the PPP came into office, they believe that this is something new. They started to put up some dull lights, some candle fly lights. They get so stupid and excited. They want to do things and they do not know how to do it. And so my comrades, my friends, we had to tell them like it is. And so they started to put on some bright lights. But I'm going to tell you another story of them chapters wicked. They're wicked, and I tell them that take off the dull lights and put it where they don't have support. And they put on bright lights where they have their supports. Put on lights, we put in Sarah, we put in Belplain, and we don't have support there because we are an inclusive party and we are not a racial party. The PPP depends to rule and divide by race. Brother, you all have a chance to change this nonsense of the PPP. You all have a chance to vote for the PAM this time and make a difference. We will represent you all the time, in government and out of government. Now they're coming to you to tell you must vote for them. You know what I have to tell them now? Tell them, where is the $500,000 grant? I didn't get any. Ask them, where is the $400,000 grant? I didn't get any. Where is the $300,000 grant? I didn't get any. What happened to the $200,000 grant? I didn't get any. So I don't want to hear anything. And they can't go to the people homes now. They can't do house to house visit. What do you think they're doing? They're bringing place on the West Coast and Leguan to visit the people. What problem you have? They're shameful. They know the issues. Only can change the government is you and I. Let the ballot box speak. It's easy. Vote for the palm. One at the top, one at the bottom. Let me tell you another story which you need to know. The 10 days worker, they're telling them now that we're going to dismiss them. But we told them that we have to have dignity for those females working on the road. Only could pick up paper and grass. They need to explore the potential that they have. They can do better than that. And under the APNU government, when we form the next government, in a few days from now, we will take them and give them better jobs with better pay. And then gone will be the days when those part-time workers would be afraid to support a party or go wherever they want. I'm sorry for them. They're tired to go to this meeting, that meeting, go here, everywhere. Yeah? For a box of food and a free transportation, they didn't don't want that. It's ridiculous with this government. Ridiculous. And we got to stand up for these people. We cannot take it anymore. Hear what happened? We got to expose these shops. My two friends around the store, we got to expose them because they're the architect of the confusion. They're telling people the other night, the PPP have delivered. Yes, the PPP have delivered. The PPP have delivered corruption. That's what they deliver. Corruption they deliver. And I can tell them, and I can show them. The people are afraid. But people, comrades, so change must come in the political arena to make you life better. You're going to the polls to vote. You're voting for a political party. You're voting for your own family. Your own family. We only can ask you tonight to do the rightful thing. Because many who is around here listening, coming to me, coming to Perry, tell them I said so. And I tell me all the story that they need help. They need help. So I can stand here tonight and tell them like it is. You go on with the pension, the one who looking after the pension, he is wicked more than Satan. The other day a lady went to win meeting, which we don't have problem with. When he heard the lady went to win, he ran to the lady. He said, look, don't worry, win. We're going to make your house for you. We're going to give you $500,000. What nonsense is that? The PPP do not have a policy of making house. The only body have a policy of making house is the APNU. And we will make house for people. And they will rent it. And they will own it. And we will not give them land on the West Coast. When we sending everybody on the West Coast, we will buy land here. We have land here. And we're going to let them settle here. So after that, I know Idar. I know Idar. Idar, I passed the Amerindian people here. Amerindian been here the other day and cussed out the Amerindians there. And tell Thompson, get them off this island. But I was waiting. If he have transport for this island, he can take them off. And if the friends them got transport, when some of them ain't got none yet, I can talk because I got. So take them out. But they too will be having a house under this government in waiting. Brothers and sisters, I am close up with this. I got many speakers. I could talk all night to you all and expose them. You understand? They hear wind coming. Wind coming and it blowing. The wind was blowing. You have a number of excavators in this island. You know what happened? They really die. And then take the people trenches. How they get 9 excavators to send it to land and my rights matter? An election gimmick. Election gimmick. That is disgraceful and wickedness. Why you didn't do it? You're doing it now. Because you want the people to vote. Continue to vote for the PPP, you become a slave to them. Because you were not able to be a man or a woman for yourself, you have to kneel to them because they become the master. We don't want no master. My friends, we're coming soon to take this government. We're coming soon. I can talk all night, but I got speakers. Election day. Election day. Ensure everybody go to the polls. Encourage, take them to the polls. We have a period now where we will be going house to house to tell them, look at this palm. 1x here, 1x at the bottom. But I want some of them from the PPP who do not trust their own people to take out photographs. We're going to put them in jail. We must be vigilant. The time coming for the change. And we are the deciding factors. We must have the change. And we're going to look not with 2 eyes, with 4 eyes. We know them. We know them. And we know what they want to do and where they're going to do it. I'm close with this now. I'm going to close this last one. As we go around this island, a lady tell me, he said, brother, 1 year now, the man can't give me pension, public assistance. But last week he run come because of election. Me say when election done, they got take it away from you. And so they're doling out books now and giving people to buy votes, but the people understand. The people know better than. I want to thank you all tonight. And trust their own people. Me say, sister, who voting for your mother? Me say, now you? He said, then I want me vote for she. Then I trust she. And I know some of them who did the top bracket. You understand? Come make a mistake and vote APNU. I know that. Thank you for listening. May God bless you. I thank the police that are there in the station. We get some work up on this island. Thank you.
Rise, Guyana, shine. Together we build. Now is the time with Aubrey strong. that time with Aubrey strong and heart so true. We're rising up. It's me and you. Vote AP and you for justice, care for every family everywhere, for jobs, for schools, for brighter days, for youth and elders, better ways. Who you voting for? Who gon' lift you more? Who gon' care for all? Stand up tall and vote. AP and you, vote. AP and you, vote. AP and you. One else but I'm home. Hey, the sign of my element. Hey, the sign of my element. If you think I foolish, ain't nobody playing. I voting I'm new. No one else but I'm new. You could come with contract, money and distraction, but I ain't gonna lose my mind just to please them faction. I voting I'm new. No one else but I'm new. No. They tell me, sign here, let we make you a boss. But I see too much people now living at a loss. What's the use of a check if you can't sleep at night? When you bound to give it back before the morning light. I raising my children with purpose and pride, not for quick deals and secrets I got to hide. They could call me stubborn, say I hard to sway, but I know what I stand for come election day. If you think I foolish, I nobody playing. I voting up no one else.
We always look at the television and we see a great dynamic young man. But tonight, we have him here to speak to us. And he is no other person than Eden Corbin. Invite him to the stage to educate us and to inform us.
Contract, money and distraction, but I ain't gonna sell my soul for no one's satisfaction. I voting I'm new. No one else but I'm new. No. I watch good people fall in the trap. Once we deal now they stuck in a gap. Look nice on the ground, but inside they break every move they make. Is
Yes. All right. Wakenaam, good night. Wakenaam, wake up now. How y'all doing? You're looking lovely. I see Artie with the flag. Wave it. You can't pay she 15,000 rap in a shirt for that kind of support. Make some noise for that. Wake residents, comrades, or viewing listeners on Facebook. My message is simple. It's been one message and it will not change. And that message is that elections is serious. All right, we got some people. So for the people who didn't get it the first time, elections is what? Serious? That is it. And if it is serious business, we have to ensure from all of you in the lovely crowd in front of me, to all of you listening on Facebook and listening from your veranda, elections is serious business and we cannot play with our vote. When the soldiers go to war, we go to war knowing that it is going to be a hard battle. And the battle before us is not just hard, it's going to be difficult. But guess what, Wakenaam? We are up for the task. We are ready. They have said many things about us. They talk until they can't talk no more. They say how the party this and the party that. And look where we are, Wakenaam. We are right here with you in the communities, in the villages, with you.
And we're going to stay with you, and you are going to stay with us right into government. When we look at the situation of our country, times hard. Somebody say hard. Hard. It's brutal. It's tough. And it's the same Guyana that they call in the fastest growing economy. When the only thing that growing fast besides my blood pressure is salt on people's pocket. They parade in front of us, making us joke. You are the speaker before me. They think they can come and fool us with fancy rhetoric. But while they're talking, we feeling. And we have heard your concerns, Wakenaam. We have put together a well thought out manifesto. Somebody said proper things. We put together some proper things for you. While the other side focusing about how much money they can and in the communities listening to you. And for those of you who have not seen our manifesto, I call it a holistic approach. Turn to your neighbor and say, holistic. Holistic. That means we think about every single thing. Yes, the pensioners, you're going to be getting 100,000, clap for that. Yes, the public servants, you're going to be getting 200,000 minimum wage, clap for that. Yes, your children and your grandchildren are going to be able to enjoy free tertiary education, clap for that. And for those of you that are making children, don't worry, we're thinking about you too. You're going to be receiving $120,000 per child. Somebody tell me they gonna make 5 child. I tell them make 6. Because once APNU is in government, we are putting people. And the first thing we got to do is get all them jokers out of office. Clap for that too. Yes. Because you see, in our manifesto, all of those things that I told you are great and dandy. We know now, Uncle, you gotta tell me. We can get to that. And if I don't touch it, one of the speakers gonna touch it as well. Because the monies that we are going to be giving back to you, not giving to you, we giving it back to you because it is your money. The monies are not the only thing, that is a part of what we plan to do. But we will be tackling the economy to ensure that while you're collecting your cash grant, you got a stable job. You got a stable revenue stream coming in to you. You don't got to worry. We are going to ensure that everybody can get to work. And as the speaker before me said, you don't have to kneel and beg and give endorsements, because you know what? You are the people of Guyana. And if anybody should be benefiting from Guyana, it is you. It is us. And you don't need to pledge allegiance and sell your soul for a couple crumbs. We will empower you. We will ensure that services are available, from health to education to infrastructure. That is a holistic plan. And we didn't have to wait till election time. I spoke with my comrade leader, and he said to me, he said, boy, right after I became the leader of the opposition, the first thing I did is sat down and start preparing my manifesto. That is leadership. Leadership is not just when things going good. It's not when you're in government, but leadership is when the ship sailing. Not the power ship. Not a joke that they got parked up on we river bank. Leadership is leadership when you're down and you're out. When they say that you ain't got no fight left in you, and look at we today. We're in Laguan today. We got a meeting going on in Barbies right now. We got another meeting going on in Georgetown. And I hear the PPP big tagline now is crowd and crowd and crowd. But when I went to Sunday school, they teach me about a man named David. And when David went up to Goliath, they said, kind of thing about David. Are we too young? And how we can do that? And all of the experienced soldiers run. They run. The trained generals and the military personnel, they ran when they saw Goliath come. And David stand up there with his dream and his vision and the slingshot and the power. And what he do? He took Goliath down. So when them talking about how much crowd they got, remind them that David just needed one slingshot and 2 bricks. But we don't need slingshot and brick. We got the palm. Raise up your hand. We got the palm. And we going to give them 2 jumbilash. 2 hot jumbilash. And before the police pull me off the stage and charge me with terrorism and inciting the public, let me qualify my statement, officer. When I said jumbilash, we voted for the palm. Somebody say yeah. And when we go on the ballot, it's 2 things you're going to see. 2 palm. 1 for general and 1 for what? Exactly. And if I put my X by the palm for general, that is a jumbilash. I put my X by the palm for regional, it's 2 jumbilash. And if everybody here Wakenaam do the same thing, it's enough jumbilash. They don't need to go on concussion highway. We go beat them at the polls. Because what you are voting for when you for APNU is not just a people-centered government, but it is a well-thought-out plan. From whom to whom? We will take care of you Guyanese, residents of Wakenaam, Facebook listeners, and the little naysayers and the haters in the comment section. We're going to take care of you too. Because we don't have to play divisive politics to win. Auntie just tell me, not take candlestick for see in the night. Where you could what? Where you could see in the day. And if a man that was affiliated with the PPP could sit down in an interview for the fear of his life and tell you that $40 million to $50 million is pocket change, we not need no candlestick, we don't see. If people could come and accuse government ministers of buying land below market value and selling them things that were not declared to the integrity, we don't need candlestick for cedar. When people could come and accuse the government of bringing in the Lamborghini, yes, the Lamborghini in Rich Wakenaam. Oh, but y'all know about it. If the government could accuse a man, yeah, let me break this down for y'all, simple and fine. Think about it. We need no university or flood degree. You just need common sense. Think about it. A 1 in 200 and something vehicle is brought into this country. A luxury vehicle. That means there is no other vehicle like that within the entire Guyana. Comes into this country. And you expect us, the right thinking members of Guyana, to believe that y'all didn't know that he didn't pay the full money for the vehicle? And wait, you're right, auntie, they well know, but listen to how they're trying to make we look like fools. The vehicle ain't just come in. It pass, it get its registration, and everything is fine and dandy. Now you and your best friend fall apart. All of a sudden, you realize that he didn't just did not pay the full value, but you got information. You got the Republic Bank statements. You got the in-billing or whatever they call it at customs. Every single thing you need to know that he didn't pay the full money. And only now, you're coming out with your receipts. And the man show a message on Facebook, Chief. For the all in the life who hear it, Uncle said, and they use the vehicle too. The man sent a message and said, Chief, Station suck we drive for 5 years on the PNC. What you gonna do for we? And now you want to stand up in front of the Guyanese people and tell them that you're not corrupt? You're so corrupt, you don't even want we say the word in parliament. Somebody say corruption, because they can't stop we. Corruption. And all people say, where there is smoke, where there is smoke, and when I pass Rob Street, it's bare smoke I see, so that means the fire is too far. You can't fool we. We have seen. And what we intend to do is ensure that the money that people evaded in taxes is going to go back into your pockets. We're going to ensure that your children don't just get free education, but a quality education. Somebody say quality. Just like the quality of support that we have in Wakenaam. And you could tell the PPPC, if it's one person, it's better than the crowd and no brave people that following them for a little bit of change. Because what were we doing from 2020 to 2024? What were you doing before the money started sharing? The money only sharing in certain areas, but we are moving away from that. We will ensure that every Guyanese will live better. The comrade leader announced, if you're making less than 400,000, you will be qualified for land. You know what I mean? It means you get a land, you get a land, you get a land, you get a land, and everybody gonna get a land. And all you have to do is to ensure that on September 1st, you put your ex where? By the where? And that is all it requires, comrades. Wakenaam village. Sorry, Wakenaam Island. I came in here today when we were on the speedboat and I enjoyed it. I said, wow, my Guyana is beautiful. Don't worry with Rivaldo. That's my boy. I was in Region 7 the other day and I'm flying over Kaikan and I'm saying, wow, Guyana is beautiful. We got a beautiful country with a lot of potential. We are the only country in the world that has all the food we need to survive on our own, self-sufficient. But when you go to the market and you go to the supermarket, everything expensive. Things tight. That's why Lola now sing the song say it's pinching because it's tight. Things, and you know things tight when even granny name getting called in the corruption. Somebody said things tight. But when the APNU government takes office on September 1st, we will ensure that the only thing tight is your shoe so you can walk around your beautiful country. Make some noise for that. So we gotta be vigilant, Wakenaam. We gotta pay attention. We are going to win at the polls, but that is just part of the issue because we know they want to rig this election. That's all they know to do. Rig, thief, steal, and lie. This is the PPP manifesto in short. You don't have to read it. I tell you. Rig, thief, lie, steal. Anyway, you twist and you turn it. But we will place a government with integrity, a government with competence, a government who could pronounce words on international stages. Oh, use the president and rapper, shut your mouth. Because, Wakenaam, if we want Guyana to grow, the PPP must what? The PPP must what? And you and I and everybody have to ensure that. So when September 1st comes, I want you to walk through this community. I want you to go around the island. Get your grandmother, get your friend, your nosy neighbor, your cousin that borrowed the money from you and give it back to you. Your neighbor that take your cutlass. Everybody. We are calling a peace and a truce on that day. So the sweet man, the sweet woman, and the outside child, bring them all. And we are heading to the polls with one thing on our mind. We're going with the palm. The same palm that built Wakenaam. Because we are the team that is green. And green is clean. And tell them we got the machine, Wakenaam. Make some noise for that. So in closing, we gotta be vigilant. Somebody say vigilant. We gotta walk past the polling station and then walk back again. We gotta look the RO and the PO and all of them when we finish voting in the eye and tell them, we watching you. No funny business. We gotta encourage our police service members. Don't worry. You don't sing and dance for your promotion. Because the Guyana that we are going to create, you work hard and you play harder. So don't worry about the president who is not constitutionally able to give you an appointment. You got a tanky. The only person you're going to need to thank come September 1st is the Father. Because it's He put we in. And we will take care of you. And for those of you that are still unsure and those of you that are on the other side, it's okay. It's fine. We will ensure you can enjoy Guyana too. Because as much as we detest the PPP, we love our Guyanese people. As much as we know the hypocrisy of some parties, we love everybody. So for all of them trying to divide us by race and divide us by ethnicity, tell them that we love them. Look at your neighbor and say, I love you. Type it in the chat Facebook, say, we love you. Because they say we only preaching messages of hate. The only thing we don't love is the bald man and the big son. We ain't got love for them. Because look at what they did to this country. Adriana Young, Kian Fojini, Quindon Bacchus, and the list goes on of all of our young people. Potential of Guyana, the future of Guyana, and they have snuffed their lights out and they are sleeping fine. We can't encourage it no more. So come September 1st, you are going to put your ex next to the party that cares for you. The party that has been with you through thick and thin. Because when the ship begins to rock, you don't jump ship, you close your ranks. So Wakenaam, close the ranks. Hold! Stay strong! Don't be fooled! Because the message is clear. A vote for APNU is a vote for Guyana, the people-centered government, because we are going to put people, because if we want Wakenaam to grow, the PPP must. If we want our pockets to grow, the PPP must. If we want our lives to grow, the PPP must. And if we want Guyana to grow, the PPP must. Thank you, Wakenaam. Love y'all, man.
But I got a voice and a future to shape, and I ain't going bend for no party's bait. I've no stand for
Think
truth
tonight,
and pride, so
they missed a good thing. And I know that our brother could have continued, but as a good speaker, timing is important. To round it off tonight, for our dear brother Corbett, who are we voting for? I can't hear you all, man. I want them boys to hear too, you know. Who are we voting for? Are they a little better, you know? Who are we voting for? Thank you. We have another speaker here, a dynamic female. I know this person a little. And this person, I don't know much about. Is Kamala Bhaskaran Beerball. I think that is right. I don't invite her to the podium. Kamala Bhaskaran Beerball.
Thank you, Grandpa Perry, for such an enthusiastic welcome. Wakenaam, good night. Please forgive me as I'm not well, so don't expect much energy. Oh, and to the people watching on live and the PPP propaganda pages, no, I am not high and I didn't drink alcohol. I have the flu. Their manners now. Tonight, I am the utmost grateful to say this island has now become a home that I call my own, with people that are family. My first visit to Wakenaam was in the year 2023. And let me tell you, the vibe, the peace of this island is just immaculate. And it's one that could never be replaced. The people here live in such unity and harmony. Tonight, are we forced to be here? Were you paid to be here? Exactly. You came out because just like me, you too see a need for change. So come September 1st, it'll be out with the old and in with the what? Now, ladies and gentlemen, under this current regime, our people are suffering. We cannot afford 3 meals. We have to choose between bread or egg, which is basic necessities that people cannot afford in our very oil-rich economy. Now, let me ask you, when you've cleared your rent and you've paid your bills and bought your groceries, what are you left with in the case of an emergency? Exactly nothing. But fear not, comrades, because just like you, I've been watching it all, and I'm here to tell you that the only party that can lead this country and its people to betterment, say it with me, is the APNU. And under the soon-to-be presidency of the one and only Aubrey Compton Norton. Under an APNU government, we are committed to better the cost of living, because as you vote for the PALM, you're voting for an increase of 35% on public servant salaries, not 8%. And no, you don't have to wait 5 years for it. You're voting for pensioners to receive not 4 to 1, but $100,000. You're voting for your children to receive $120,000 per year. You're voting for $50,000 stipends per month for students in tertiary institutions across Guyana. The tax threshold will be raised to $400,000, which means if you're working below $400,000, you will not be paying taxes. There is our rent-to-own policy to give you a roof over your head that from the time you're finished paying the rent, you call it your own. And let me tell you, you're for sure going to have to wait 30 years for it. They say because we care, we say because you, the people, deserve. $1.5 billion is being generated per day in Guyana from oil alone. But we cannot afford a simple and content life. So come September 1st, comrades, vote APNU, not just for a change of government, but for a change of is the APNU going to fulfill all these commitments? Well, let me tell you, we will cut your corruption, end your thievery, and put the money into the hands of the Guyanese people. Now they say they'll keep us safe, but our youths are being murdered. The country is being beautified and romanticized, but there is blood in the streets because of the negligence of the Guyana police force, because the current government is afraid of accountability, because you know who they'd have to hold accountable that's on top? Family, friends, and favorites. Now, our mothers are crying. The streets are filled with blood and tears, and no justice could be served. Ronaldo Peters, Keon Fudgeney, those are just two of the many victims who have succumbed to police brutality. Adriana Young, a little girl with a promising future, and her life was taken gruesomely, and it was a blatant cover-up in front of the nation's eyes. Now, ladies and gentlemen, our failing healthcare system. Every day it's a scroll past of a new death, dying youths and multiple misdiagnoses, negligent healthcare workers. And one of the steady health concerns is that of kidney failure. Oil rich, but people are dying because they cannot afford dialysis. They say us youths don't know, we don't hear, we don't see. But at the age of 18, I had to bear witness to my mother locking herself, crying in her room, wondering how we're going to make it for tomorrow. But brought dialysis into developing country called Guyana and said, oh, you have kidney failure. We have the systems in place to save you. Why didn't they tell you it'll just be for a couple of months, a couple of years? Because of the selfless, they don't even serve the people. They serve themselves. And they come to you and they tell you, oh, we care for you. No, they don't. They just care for that vote to put them back in there, to fill their pockets so that they could create generational wealth, not for you, but for themselves, for their children. And you and your loved ones are crying because the people in your family that you're protecting, that you love, are dying. Is that what we want? No. Because in 2021, I lost my father, and it was an unnecessary death because every day it was a new surgery, it was a new cut. I witnessed with my own two eyes my father bleeding out with a screaming doctor on the end of the phone telling us, if you don't get him to the hospital in the next hour, he is going to die of hemorrhage. Do you know what hemorrhage is? Bleeding to death. Why? Because the simple thing necessary to have dialysis performed on a patient is a catheter. It's a tube they install on your hands for you to lie in a cold room by yourself and watch your blood enter one tube into a filtering system, go above your head, filter into another, and go back into your body. And they didn't have the proper staff nor the proper doctors to maintain and operate those machines. And that is why every single day there is a dying youth, or there is somebody whose cause of death is kidney failure. Why, you may ask? They cannot afford building the roads. Who's going to use them if our people are dying? Building the hospitals, but who inside the hospitals to take care of our people? Nobody. Because let me tell you, just like me, you can attest to it, that you go to the Georgetown Public Hospital at 6 in the morning to join the unnecessary long lines, to come home at 8 in the night, and nobody dare looked at you. And you come home in the same excruciating pain that you left with, and you don't wake up tomorrow morning. Isn't that true? You go to the Georgetown Public Hospital to collect the free medication, and when you reach home, what is wrong with it? It is expired. They're killing you. And you out there telling me that you want to put these people back into the system for another 5 years? That is not it. And that is not what we are going to vote for come September 1st. We're voting for the who? The APNU. And let me tell you something. Grief is not easy, especially when the loss was unnecessary. You gotta wake up every day thinking to yourself that, oh, it's either I go to the market and buy grocery or I take this money to pay dialysis. And you pay for the dialysis and it still kill you. So come September 1st, you're voting for a man that will not only make dialysis easily accessible, but he would make it free. And let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, they've asked me multiple times, why have I joined the APNU? And they've said to me blatantly in front of my face, that is a racist party. But let me tell you, that is nowhere near the truth. Because as an Indo-Guyanese, I can stand in front of you tonight and tell you I have never felt more safe. I can tell you this party protects and supports its people. Me, a stranger that has just randomly entered this party on a random day, and they have supported me, gave me a home. Imagine what they will do for you, the people of Guyana. Because that is who they are. They are the party that will put you first. Now, they don't care, unlike the PPP, which political party you're affiliated with. They don't blacklist you because, oh, you're of this ethnicity. No, they are for the people and the people only. And the people, ladies and gentlemen, is no other than me and you. So my people, this man, a man with no political baggage. Let me rephrase that. No political baggage. A man with clean hands who will put you first, will deliver Guyana from the curses of the PPP. So, Wakenaam, I urge you, come September 1st, put your X at the top and the bottom next to the palm, and your next president, Aubrey Compton Norton, will put you first. I thank you.
Thank you. Here again, we had a dynamic speaker. Facts. As she was speaking just now, I said to myself, we would have to change the system at the Wakenaam Cottage Hospital prior to the PPP take office. We used to have patients at the hospital. Today, what happened? It's a referral hospital. Anything up to anybody? West Demerara? Sorry. We have to change that narrative. And the only way we can change that, we have to vote the PPP out. There is an opportunity for that. This is not about race. It's not about color or creed. We want a good life. And we would have to get that good life. So come September 1st, we have to do the honorable thing. Vote for the hand. Vote what? Vote what? APNU. I'm Birbal. We had Kamala Birbal. And now what we have? I hear you. Revolve Birbal to the microphone. The song said, you could come with distraction. What I want them to know, we ain't gonna be distracted. We see you for who you are, Irfan. We see you for who you are, Bharat. A pack of thieves. Not the introduction that I was planning to give when I came to the stage, but the song just made me have to say it. Good night, Wakenaam. For those who don't know me, I am Rivaldo Birbal. Wakenaam is like my second home. And so tonight, I will speak as though I am home. Comrades, I want to thank you for coming out tonight. It shows that you stand in solidarity with the APNU and you stand for a progressive change that is needed for Wakenaam and for Guyana. Comrades, you know, I like to speak facts, not propaganda like them boys like critic and I could go on and on, you know. I like to speak facts. Comrades, and the fact is, the high cost of living in this country is unrelenting to you, the citizens. And what has this government done? Absolutely nothing. But I say to you, under the APNU, we are going to change that. Under Aubrey Norton, we are going to fix that because help is on the way and better is here. Comrades, when you vote for the PPP, you're voting for corruption. When you vote for the PPP, you're voting for thievery. When you're voting for the PPP, you're voting for the continuous murdering of our young people. And in contrast, when you're voting for the APNU, you will be voting for a 35% increase in public servant salary. You will be voting for the minimum wage to be no less than $200,000. The tax threshold will be raised to $400,000. That is putting policies to suit the needs of the people. That is putting money into the pockets of the people and not the friends, families, and favorites of the criminal entity that is the PPP that runs this country. And I must say with confidence, you won't have to purchase no hot dog tickets to get those benefits. So tell them that I said so. Because just like Bharat feel he get transport for Guyana, it got some of them feel they got transport for Wakenaam. But let me tell you, it's the people of Wakenaam got transport for Wakenaam, not you. Comrades, I want to point to the fact that we are living in a Lamborghini economy. But only a few people are living the Lamborghini lifestyle while we fight and scrape to live a donkey cart lifestyle. Comrades, I hope you get what I'm saying. A lot of them will come to you as wolves in sheep clothing and tell you they know how hard it is for you to live in this economy. Nonsense. They are billionaires and trillionaires. Only the people from the APNU who stand with the people and not above the people know what the people are going through. Comrades, I say to you, the only shepherd to lead Guyana out of poverty and into prosperity is Aubrey Compton Norton. A man who has 50 plus years of service to this country, and yet they cannot pin him to any corruption. A man who is clean and he is green like me and you. A man who stands with the people, walks the streets, hears their concerns and tell them, you know what? Better is going to come. The APNU will deliver you from poverty into prosperity in your personal lives. Comrades, when I touched Wakenaam, I heard somebody saying, oh, we've seen development. Look at the roads. Comrades, when you go to the supermarket, do you carry concrete and asphalt? That is my question. No, you don't carry those things. It is the government's duty to build these roads. Comrades, as a little boy, I used to come here to spend vacation in Wakenaam. And that was during the PPP tenure in office. You didn't have running water 24 hours a day. You didn't have electricity 24 hours a day. And when the APNU came to office, we made it better. We made the lives of the people of Wakenaam better. Without oil money, like our brother said. Comrades, I see they have a project that they're digging and they're building some wells. And yet still every day, people from Wakenaam telling me, the water cut off, the water coming like Marby, the current cut off, my fridge blow, this blow. What are we living in? Is this what we want? Comrades, I urge you, do not waste your vote. We can only elect one president. The APNU stands with the people and we stand alone. So don't let them tell you we are one and sundry. Nonsense. Comrades, today we ask the farmer, are you benefiting from this government? He said yes, he's receiving fertilizer. 2 bags of fertilizer. While we welcome that, I want to ask the question, did that 2 bags of fertilizer transform your lives? Did it build generational wealth? We are saying to the farmers of Wakenaam, we know that plantain and rice are the 2 major crops here, and we will incentivize you. We will pay you to plant your crops. Comrades, we see the rising cost of goods just like planting, but the farmers cannot reap the benefits. That is because we have a government that does not care about the people. We have a lawless government. I say to you, under the stewardship of Aubrey Compton Norton, we will restore dignity to the people of Wakenaam and Guyana. I want to tell you, they speak about development. But their development is not development, it is deception. And we are here to denounce that deception. So I am here with a call to action that come September the 4th, 2025, wake up early, go to the polls, vote APNU. We say to you, mobilize yourselves in Wakenaam, organize yourselves, go into every community, let the people know that the problem is the PPP and the only solution is the APNU. Let the PPP know that Wakenaam will no longer accept neglect. Let them know that Wakenaam will stand with the APNU. They will stand together and deliver them from this corrupt regime. Comrades, tonight, I want to end on the note of telling you that these elections do not only affect you. It affects your children's lives and your future generation lives. So what you decide on E-Day will have serious consequences over the course of the years. So comrades, come out in your numbers and palm the PPP out. I thank you.
So when I voted by their side, I got a voice and I go use it. I got a choice and I go lose it. Can't buy my voting, not with nothing. I standing up for my children and the country. If you think I foolish, I nobody plating. I voting up new, no one else but up new. Let them come with sweet talk, let them try persuasion. But this time around, we voting for the nation. I voting up new, no one else but up new. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, comrade. What a wonderful night so far. What is most important though, I feel like a youth tonight, standing among youth. And that is good. So, another youth and another youth is coming up here. What is commendable tonight is that all these young people who's speaking tonight know the history. And they're not fooled by anybody. Whatever is said tonight is the truth. And that's what we're doing here tonight, is to share the truth. Our next speaker would be, as I said, another youth. He's somewhere in the crowd. Comrade Andrews. But I think he would sing first before we speak. A singing voice, and then he'll speak.
Good evening, Wakenaam. Ain't got no tracks, so we ain't gonna sing tonight. It's all good. All right, that's right. I agree with you. So it's all right, guys. Don't let us do that. Wakenaam. Good evening. Man, say something, no man. Good evening, Wakenaam. But I understand why you're so cold, because Sheriff Duncan said it best. He said things tight. So I understand that, you know, basic food items have gone up 75%, and so you're kind of cold. It's not like when it was 2015 to 2020 when things was nice. So, ladies and gentlemen of Wakenaam, I'm here tonight, and if you're hearing my voice, I beg for you a couple of minutes to let us decipher tonight the choice we're gonna make come September the 1st. Because I'm not here on this island just to ask you to vote for the APNU. I'm here to make the case that the APNU is the best party to run this country and move the lives of Guyanese people from poverty to prosperity. Prior to 2015, the PPP had 23 years of ruling or running this country. What did we get in 23 years? As a matter of fact, I asked you specifically, Wakenaam, what did you get from the PPP for 23 years? The argument was made by the speaker before that it was the APNU under President Granger that came and thought to himself that you deserve asphalt roads. It was the APNU who determined that you are worthy enough, like the people in Georgetown, to have lights and water and have them on the land posts. And so, what did you get from your support you give to the PPP? Because your grandmother told you to support the PPP. You grew up in a house that said we are PPP, and you continue along that line. But what did you get? Nothing. This country has consistently supported the PPP for 23 years prior to 2015. And what did we get? We got a fiber optic cable that cost us billions, and we got nothing from it. No internet to connect Wakenaam to Georgetown. We got a Sheldon sugar factory that was unable to produce anything for us of value. Yet it was the biggest investment that we've ever made in this country. Money gone down the drain. What did we get from the PPP for 23 years? Nothing. Then you decided to give the APNU a chance, and we came to power. Blackouts was frequent, it became infrequent. The subsidies to GPL went down. Blackouts became infrequent. GPL began to make a profit. So because we didn't have to subsidize GPL, and they were making a profit, we were able to take monies that were going there and put it to other parts of the country, like Wakenaam. So the paddy producers were able to get the highest yield, and we were working on good prices for them. Healthcare improved because we channeled money away from losses so that it can benefit the lives of people. Public servants got an increase as much as 75%. Old age pension increased 56%. Those are some of the things. As a matter of fact, as a businessman, I looked at my light bill, and I got a rebate of 10%. That is what you got from the APNU. Crime went down. So I am making the argument that prior to 2020, without oil money, for 23 years, the PPP gave you a stagnant economy and a stagnant life. APNU came and we did what we could and we made things better. Fast forward, Wakenaam. Here we are at a juncture where oil money comes into play. And you decided that things wasn't what you wanted, and you went back and you gave the PPP a chance. But what did they give you from 2020 coming this way? What did our country get? Let me give you the numbers. After 5 trillion Guyana dollars, after spending 5 trillion Guyana dollars, tell me, Wakenaam, what do you see for 5 trillion Guyana dollars? High cost of living. Basic items have gone up 75%. Crime is on the uptick. I spoke to a police officer on D-Day and I said, rate the police force. He just got a promotion that the president gave. I said, rate the police force and its service and quality of service as a police officer, 1 to 10, 10 being the highest. He said, I give the service a 4 because there's nobody like David Granger right now running this country. Because under him, I felt like the police force was an 8. After $5 trillion, Wakenaam, tell me, what did you get? The lights I'm seeing here, I thought when the speaker before was talking about dim lights, I really thought he was talking about these, because even these ain't bright. When you're talking about roads, as my friend said, every government is expected to give you roads. But here was something that you didn't get. After spending $5 trillion, your water still brown. And what would it have cost this government to give you a small treatment plant? What would you think the president where he lives, you think the vice president where he lives, their water coming out brown? They got a treatment plan, and I can bet my bottom dollar that in their house there is a filtration system and they can drink water from the tap. Wakenaam, can you drink the water from your tap? If you want it, drink the water from the tap. So for $5 trillion, Wakenaam, they couldn't even consider you for a small treatment plan. Imagine a community, an island with 3,000 persons, and this government could not even think about that for you. But I can bet you something, after we leave here today, somebody's gonna come back and tell you, we got a plan. Because this government never has a plan for the people. They always have a plan for their friends, their family, and their favorites. The reports from the international agency tells us that our country loses 40 cents on the dollar. 40% of the monies we spend are lost as a result of corruption and incompetence. Say that to say this year alone, we're expected to lose $400 billion as a result of corruption and incompetence. Yet still, the finance minister comes to us and tells us that we have to borrow almost $500 billion to fund our budget. You know what that means? It means we are borrowing money, saddling our young people with debt. The 3 young ladies that passed the civic exam that are on their way probably to university, they're saddled with debt because our government borrows to finance theft and incompetence. But I tell you this, under the leadership of Mr. Aubrey Compton Norton, the plan is in place to root out corruption and return those monies to the people who rightly deserve it. And that is you, the people of Wakenaam. So I can guarantee you, because one of the engineers on our team said to tell you that as a part of the plan, you will have a small treatment plant so your water don't come out brown. And you have a cottage hospital, listen. Something that you could go if you get too scratched and fix. But if you're really sick bad, they gotta put you on a boat and send you someplace else. And the boat now walk. Those are the things that we have to fix. So ladies and gentlemen, that is my argument. The PPP just do not care about the people of this country. They are consumed and concerned and fixated with their friends, their families, and their favorites. When it comes to the teachers, because the young man at the corner said, it's planting, rice, and public servants. When it comes to the teachers that work so hard to get those children to a place where they can get those grades and top region 3. Now listen to me. Those teachers, when it comes to this government, they gotta fight and fight and fight, stand up in the hot sun and beg and plead just to get a decent raise of pay. But yet still receive billions of dollars going to friends, family, and favorite. Is that the kind of country you deserve? Is that the kind of Wakenaam you want? Is that the kind of president you need in this country? And I tell you, the answer is a resounding no. We can answer that just now. When the teacher work hard, who get the benefits? But that is the kind of thing that this government does. They do not care for the people. Now, Mr. Aubrey Compton Norton, let me tell you this. He looked at the vice president at his press conference and he said to him, you planned for $65 for a barrel of oil. You are now getting, as a result of oil prices going high, you are getting $85 per barrel. Multiply $20 by 400,000 barrels per day, and you get millions and millions of US dollars. And he made one plea, Mr. Officer. One plea made. He said, give the extra money back to the people. It's not going to disturb your plan. You already planned for 65. Give the money back to the people. You know what the government did? They stood at their press conferences. They stood at their public engagements. And when the journalists asked them about it, cash transfer, they, the 5 o'clock attitude. Hey, stop. This nonsense about cash transfer. What foolishness. And that was the attitude. But when they were in trouble, my friend, when they understood and they get to recognize that the Guyanese people were not in favor with them, you know what they did? They hatched up a plan, and that is how they announced 100,000 cash grant for you. And you know how you know they didn't care and they had no plan to give it to you? Because they botched the way how they deliver it to you. But that was not all, if you think that was it. In that plan to give you that 100,000 cash grant, you know what they do? They stuck a camera in your face. They took your name, they took your address, and they took your number. Because it wasn't about you. It was about giving you that, shut your mouth, and so that a benefit can come back to them at election time. So if you live in town, I don't know if they do it here, Wakenaam, you get a phone call. Hello, my name is Imran. I'm calling on behalf of the PPP. Did you receive the cash grant of $100,000 that we give? Imran! Roger! The PPP never gave me no cash grant. They gave me what was rightfully mine. So I'm making the argument that when this government comes to you, it is not that they care for you, it is that you're an end, you're a means to an end. So now is the time they want your vote, they will come to you and make all big promises. Now they say, suddenly, they have a plan to alleviate poverty. 23 years in office. An extra 5 between 2020 to 2025, 28 out of the last 33 years. And this government now discover in the wee hours of this election cycle that they have a plan to get rid of poverty. When Guyanese, 48% of Guyanese has been languishing in poverty, living and surviving on $1.50 per day, according to the reports from the international agencies. Why are you telling me you didn't have that info? You could not know about that? because your eyes wasn't upon the well-being of the people. Your eyes was on what you can give to your friends, your family, and your favorites. And now they discover that 48% of you, of us, live in poverty, and now they say they have a plan. But we are saying we have a plan. We have always had a plan. And if the Guyanese people come September the 1st, give us an opportunity to execute our plan, it will result in young people, single mothers, homeowners getting moved from the bottom to the middle. And the only person that can do that at this moment is Mr. Aubrey Compton Norton. And how are we going to do that? It is simple. People talk about the rent to own, and they say rent to own, but I'm a living testimony of rent to own. So when they hear rent to own, the first thing they say is that our rent to own policy is not feasible. Just like the cash grant wasn't feasible, they also say our rent to own isn't feasible. But let me tell you why it's feasible and why it's doable. Because we did it before and we will do it again. I lived with my grandmother, a Portuguese woman, in West Rhineville, Georgetown. She paid 18 Guyana dollars a month rent. And after a couple of years, she paid $25,000 to own the home. My mother benefited from that. It was a roof over my head. And with free education under the PNC, I was able to not only have a roof over my head, but I was able to complete my schooling. And so that is what the APNU has a track record of, and that is what we will deliver to the people of this country. So when you come and we tell you we can take you out of poverty, it is not because it's fancy promise. It is a commitment that is rooted in a plan that has been studied and now delivered to you for your perusal. We ask you today, don't be fooled. Don't worry with your grandmother who bend inch your ways. The tree got for bend when it's young. Sometimes when the tree old, it don't bend down. So don't bother with granny. Granny gonna come around. Grandfather gonna come around. But you're middle aged, you're big, and you got sense. Think about what I am saying and put your X next to the palm, at the top, at the bottom, next to the palm, and elect Mr. Aubrey Compton Norton as the president of the Cooperative Republic of Guyana. And it is important, Wakenaam, because I can tell you about plans and I can tell you about policies. But I need to tell you about the individual. Because if you look at this photo, you will see him darker than everybody else. And he's smiling here, but usually they say he's not a smiley person. But before I go there, you know what, let me tell you something. You see, when it comes to you Guyanese and you being ordinary, let me tell you what the PPP does. They look down on you because you don't drive 7-seater vehicle and you ain't bourgeois. So they look down on you. And they look at our leader because he's the kind of leader that would go right on the corner and there them guys drinking 2 Guinness and he would stand up right there and gaff with them. And if they got a Guinness, he would share it with them, and all of them he would talk to them because he meet people wherever they are. But you know what this government would do? They would come and they would say, look, he liming on the corner. Look, the shop. Look, the shop is not a big fancy shop. All the while, they take your money and they go and wine and dine at the Marriott and the Regency, spending $1,500, $2,000 for Guinness, $5,000, $10,000, $35,000 for a bottle of wine on your backs while you remain poor and needy. And the walking with big security. But understand this, it's important that you know who I am asking you to vote for. Aubrey Compton Norton, as my colleague said, has spent almost more than 50 years in public life. He has never been accused of thieving anything and being corrupt. Not only that, he came from poverty. came through poverty and set himself in the middle class, still touching the people on the ground. And it's my belief that he's the most positioned individual. He's positioned, he's best positioned to formulate plans and policies to take you from the bottom to the middle, because he's touched by your very poverty. He's touched by your struggles. He understands what you might be going through because he went through it. And so we asked him a question. We said to him, Mr. Norton, you being an intellectual, qualified, have certification, why would you go through the backbiting? Why would you go through the cutthroats, the sidelining, and want to be opposition leader and president? You know what his words were, my friend? He said to a couple of us, you think I really want to do this? You think I just want power or I just want to be president? I don't. But if not me, who else is willing to stand up against the corrupted cabal of the PPP and stand and deliver to the people of our country the things that they truly deserve and to give them a better life? And it's for that reason, and in that moment, I know that as a businessman, I've made the right decision, because I'm not supporting a man who wants to sport and go to the high life and live life lavishly, but one who understands the needs of the people and is prepared to do what is necessary to deliver to the people what they deserve. And so I ask you, Wakenaam, that come September the 1st, you make the choice of supporting Mr. Aubrey Compton Norton for president by voting the palm at the top, the palm at the bottom for regional, and electing him as the next president of the Cooperative Republic of Guyana. Because if Guyana is to grow, the PPP, if Guyana is to grow, the PPP must. Thank you very much, Wakenaam. God richly bless you.
Rise, Guyana, shine. Together we build. Now is the time. With Aubrey strong and heart so true, we're rising up. It's me and you. Vote AP and you. For justice, care. For every family, everywhere. For jobs, for schools, for brighter.
Yeah, comrade. I know you all waiting a very long time to hear from the other speaker, who is the vice president in waiting. He's no stranger to us. He's the man of the soil, a man who walks and talks with everyone. You all know the man. We all know the man. He has touched the lives of many of your children on this island of Wakenaam. He's a humble man, and I know for a fact he always wants to come to Wakenaam to speak to his people. And we had to wait until this date so we could have him here to speak to you all. And so tonight, I have the privilege of introducing to you no other person than our Vice President in waiting. Give him a round of applause as you bring up tonight, Comrade Ganesh, my Paul.
I was going to understand some people are tickets as it relates to PPP. I want to see the list of names of people who buy the hot dogs. And if those sponsors who refuse to buy the hot dogs and they are on this cash grant list that the government is going to give in April, I'm going to remove their names for failure to support the people. And I serious, I make a joke. I will my words. I was going to understand that some people are refusing to buy the hot dog tickets as it relates to PPP. I want to see the list of names of people who buy the hot dogs. And if those sponsors who refuse to buy the hot dogs and they are on this cash grant list that the government is going to give in April, I'm going to remove their names for failure to support the community. And I serious, I make a joke.
Well, we want him to know that we serious too. And come September 1st, we voting him out. Let me tell you something, Wakenaam. You are responsible for Asif and Tariq to believe they have power over you. You are responsible for that. You give them that power, and it is you who must take it back from them. You have the power in your hands, and you must take it back from them. Now let me tell you something. Wakenaam is not a stronghold of the People's National Congress reform, nor is it a stronghold of the APNU. That's a fact. This island has about 2,000 eligible voters. And in the past, 1,600 or thereabout vote for the PPP, and 400 or thereabout would normally vote for the APNU. But I ask you tonight, you know from 2015 to 2020, when just 400 of you voted for the APNU, did we neglect you? The first time Wakenaam knew what street light is like, the APNU gave it to you. It was between 2015 to 2020. 23 years before that, the PPP didn't know that Wakenaam needed street lights. Tell me if I'm lying. The first time all around Wakenaam, from Sanssouci, going around to Nikodak, coming around to Dumbarg, going further up, Mariah's Pleasure, coming around Mariah Mirzarg, coming all the way around Treetorn, come all the way around. You reach Sarah, come back to Belle Plaine. The first time asphaltic concrete road was put on this island was under the APNU. When I used to come to this island, electricity used to cut off at 2 p.m. in the afternoon. With proper representation in 2012, when the APNU and the AFC had control of the National Assembly, we fought the Ramotar administration and got it to 4 p.m. Are you remember them things? And then after 2 hours, it would come on back again at 6 p.m. Comrades, I say those things to tell you that we didn't win you, but we never neglected you. In 2015 to 2020, the Essequibo Islands Secondary School saw a facelift. We provided a conducive learning environment for our children. We built a home economics lab at that school. We also built a science lab at that school. Belle Plaine Nursery School, we built a proper bridge there. 24-hour security service was provided by the APNU. Many of the security people you have working at all the government complex, they were provided by the APNU. And you tell me if not lie. When we came to power, 99% of the votes that we received came from Mariah Joanna and Nikodak area. But we didn't just give them development. We did not exclude this entire island. I say that for you to understand that we never judged you. We never looked at you being a PPP supporter. We always believed in inclusive democracy. We always believed that we are one people, one nation, one destiny. And at no time did Perry Bearball ask any of you to buy a hot dog. No time. And he never said that if you don't buy the hot dog, we're going to take you off the cash grant list. It goes to show you that the wicked, the stink, the dirty, the cantankerous Kabakamites, the Jebusites, the Nakavakamites, the parasites, the PPP-mites, I at least give them the power. And I am begging you to realize that the power is in your hands to take it away from them. You empower them and you can equally cripple them from that power. Wakenaam people, I was told by several of you that you're frightened for come out. You're frightened because Tariq sit down there just now and he did peeping. Well, I wave you off and he wave back because the people for see who come. And if you attend this meeting, you will be subject to victimization. But let me tell you, September 1, you can end the victimization. You have to end it. Not just me, you too. Now let me tell you, I remember in 2015, we didn't have oil money, but there was an excavator on this island. And that excavator used to service just a few of them. Those who got big plantation down at Mo Farm. The excavator used to live there. Then they had special people who used to get the excavator. 2015, when we won, Perry and I walked that excavator out of Mo Farm and started to service this entire island. Do you remember that? I remember how they neglected Mariah Joanna. They didn't want the excavator to go in there. At local government elections, they carry it 1 week before. They start to dig. And then they say, if I don't vote for Abby, me go take him out. Mariah Joanna people, the very day after local government elections, they victimized you. You remember that? They have many excavators now. I'll money buy it. 23 years, the PPP controlled government. For all they controlled Wakenaam, they didn't buy excavator. Now you got the money, so then buy the excavator. And they are still people who are complaining of not getting the service of the excavator. These people are about themselves. They're about their family. They're about their friends. They're about their favorites. And if you, Wakenaam, don't open your eyes and wake up to the sunrise, then you have nobody else to blame but yourself. I have been associated with my party for over 17 years. When I started, people from this island, they said, Ganesh, why you do that? Then I like Kuli people, why you do that? I proved them wrong. I proved them wrong. 2015, my government empowered me and I began to serve at the regional level. And I never forgot this island. This island is near and dear to me. This island I hold very close to me. In 2020, my party made me a member of parliament. I did not forget this island. I still keep coming. I have ties to this island. I got roots here to, me not born and grow here. But listen, the Gears family, that me blood. The Gears from Belplain, they passed away. That me blood. My entire family, my wife's side family, Wakenaam, born and grow. And I am telling you, in 2025, my party vested in me the authority with your vote to be your vice president, and I will not forget you. A good trench fish, or you want some good hassa curry, or some iguana curry, you come to Wakenaam. You want some natural coconut water, come to Wakenaam. You want peace, tranquility, and a good environment, come to Wakenaam. If you want a session with some nice rum, come to Wakenaam. The only thing, don't get drunk, you might get beat up. But let me tell you something. Wakenaam is a beautiful island. Very beautiful island. It's just that y'all got some wicked people. And the wicked people are the people that you have empowered. And my message, my first message to you is that you can remove them. You have that power. Let me tell you something, Wakenaam. We have delivered from 2015 to 2020. We showed you that we cared. We provided 2 medical doctors at that hospital from 2015 to 2020. You know that. 2 doctors we had there, 2 resident doctors. I am told that a couple of mornings back, you didn't even had a doctor. There was an accident at Mariah's Pleasure, a family member of mine. And when he was rushed to the hospital, there was not no doctor. I am told that several times people go to the hospital now and they got a boat ready to put you to West Dem. Comrades, Wakenaam deserve a modernized hospital. And the APNU is committing to you that an X-ray system will be put in place at Wakenaam. Wakenaam deserves also a CT scan machine. And I am telling you, as your representative, as your next vice president, we will deliver to Wakenaam. We have to modernize the healthcare system on this island. I say, you see what the PPP did? You raise a good point there. Imagine these people got so much vision. Asif and Tariq and teacher Jeanette. They got so much vision. Them see far to the point where they build a mad tree at the front of the hospital. So they intend when you go in, you must stop there. That is the vision they have for your life. Comrades, think about what you have done in the past. Be empowered to know that you can change that. For the Essequibo Islands Secondary School, I got to congratulate those 3 young ladies that did exceptionally well. Exceptionally well. Thank God for extra lessons. Thank God for extra lessons. But we want on this island, we want technical and vocational training to become a priority. You see, the cutoff mark to come to Essequibo Islands is 0. So it means that children at the primary level that cannot read and write properly, they are forced into the secondary school, and then they have to go and study maths, English, science, and social studies. And not everybody is good with that. But them same picnic, if you give them technical and vocational training, you teach them to become carpenters, you teach them to become mechanics, you teach them to become electricians, you teach them to become chefs, you teach them a trade, they will become better men and women in society. So the APNU is committing to this island that when elected, we will build a technical and vocational training center on this island. We don't want this island to further lose its population. Wakenaam has a rich history, and that rich history must be preserved. At one time, this island had over 8,000 people. Sadly, now we're just above 3,000. I am telling you that once we can invest in this island and put money into your pockets, development can come to this island and people will want to come back here and live. I am telling you, once you are 18 years old and you are not working for $400,000, you will get a free house lot. APNU will buy lands on this island, and we will develop it into housing lots and allocate them to you, the people who deserve them, so you can own your own home. I say to you, the PPP, wicked, stink, and dirty, they believe in renting. There's only a small cabal of rich people who own apartment buildings. All the PPP ministers, they own apartment buildings. And what they do is that they rent it out to the ordinary people. So when people do well on this island and they go to Georgetown, they are forced to rent from them. So they keep collecting money through renting. And they're collecting the fat cat salary too. So they keep collecting from you, the ordinary people. We want to cut out this dependency that ordinary people must have on the rich people. We want to make the ordinary people equally rich. And in making you rich, the ordinary people, we have to take the oil money and put it into your pockets. We have to take it and invest it in you. And that is why we said that once you are 18 years old, once you are 18 years old and you are not earning $400,000 a month, we will give you a free house lot. And there will be people who will not be able to build their own home. So what we have carved out is a rent to own policy. Let me tell you what I mean. If you see a house that you like, let me say you see Auntie Shanta house, and you like it, and you go and you get a design, and you get a contractor, and the contractor tell you that to build a house like Auntie Shanta one is 20 million. I just averaging. Sometimes Auntie Shanta house must be more expensive, me don't know. But let we say it's 20 million. And you are working for a salary of $300,000. What that means is that we will give the $20 million to you as a rent. You're going to collect it as a rent. And you're going to build a house. You're going to build a house to you likeness. And every month after the house finish, you're going to pay back a small rent till you pay back the 20 million. And when you're done paying the 20 million, the house is your own. That is what empowering the ordinary people, lifting the ordinary people is all about. Investing in you. We are saying as the APNU that we will be putting you first. First. We will invest in you. And we have developed a people-centered development strategy that is all about putting money into your pockets. You see the inspector in the brown clothes and the We got to change a light to green. And the red light, and you see the other police officers. I am sure none of them there are working for $200,000 flat. I am sure about that. And I want to say further that it was 2015 to 2020 when significant increase in salaries happened. We gave as much as 77% increase in public service salaries. And I remember when I began to teach at this high school in 2012, my salary was 50,000 Guyana dollars. I tell no lie. A teacher similar to me right now, in fact, in 2020, a teacher similar to me, what I was in 2012, is taking home $109,000. The APNU made that happen. And I am saying to the inspector, to the neighborhood police, to the corporal, to all of them who are in the public service, minimum wage will be $200,000. Every teacher, every nurse, every doctor, every policeman, every army man and woman, all of them, they will start at $200,000. All they got to do to get that is vote APNU. And we will be raising income tax threshold to $400,000. So everybody who's earning below $400,000, you don't have to pay any tax. Tell me, is that not putting you first? Is that not investing in you? And I want to tell Wakenaam, a community that is in agriculture, a community that is in entrepreneurship. These four-wheel pickup vehicles, only a few people on this island can buy it. Only a few of you can buy it. Right now, a brand new four-door, four-wheel pickup is $10 million. A brand new one. But the $10 million is the cost of the vehicle. When you bring it into this country, you got to pay duty, you got to pay excise tax, and you got to pay VAT. And the total right now of duty, excise tax, and VAT is equally $10 million or more. So to own a four-door, four-wheel pickup, you better got $20 million in your pocket or you ain't moving it. We are saying to you that come September 1, when you elect the APNU, we will be removing excise tax, removing duty tax, and we will remove VAT. And what we will replace all three with is 15% of the cost of the vehicle. So that means that the 10 million and 15% of the 10 million is 1.5 million. So with 11.5 million, you could own a brand new four-door, four-wheel pickup vehicle. And what are you going to do with a four-door, four-wheel pickup vehicle? You could fetch your plantain. You could fetch your banana. You could fetch your coconut. You could fetch whatever you want. And at the same time, you could carry out your family for a drive around the island, and you can enjoy the Atlantic breeze from the east at Mariah's pleasure. That is what development is about. It's about investing in the people. You are our people. You are our important resource. And if we want a better Guyana, then we have to get a better Guyana. The oil money is the catalyst. The oil money is the catalyst that you will use to invest in our people, that we will use to diversify our economy, that we will use to expand agriculture, that we will use to invest in you. So when the oil done, we gonna got we will have several projects, several manufacturing industries, several investments that will give back to all of us. That is development. Let me tell you, on this island, there were special cash grants, 200,000 per selected people on this island would usually vote for the PPP. Me ask ayo, 1,600 ayo ever get the cash grant? They had selected people that they call on the phone and they just give it to. Friends, family, and favorites. And the kingpin, the King Jagabat, the King Nakabakamite, that is known for that, is Asif, Mina Fraikihi. And I would call his name anywhere I go. Because what I speak of, I have facts to support. And I say to you, Wakenaam, you made them who they are. And you have to take away from them what you gave them. Many of you, hundreds of you would call me. You would constantly call me. You would say, Ganesh, this a happen, that a happen, this a happen, that a happen. And I have never shunned any one of you. I've never refused to listen to any one of you. I have never decided that I wouldn't take your call. But I want you to know one thing. Of it all, you made them who they are. And I am appealing to you tonight that if you want good governance, accountability, and transparency, then you got to vote them out. You have to vote them out. Now, as I told you, traditionally on this island, 1,600 would go for the PPP and 400 would go for the APNU. I am challenging you. Give us 600 votes from here. I want all, because some of them, they still don't know. But you have to help us. And we want 600 from this island. 600, not more, 200 more than we just normally give you. So we got it 400. And all 400 of you walk on somebody and give me just 200 more and let me make 600. If we could get more than that, better. But if we get a 600, I am telling you, with the other numbers we will get, across the country. We taking home Guyana come September 1st. So here, don't be distracted with psychological warfare. Let me tell you what psychological warfare. If this government was so good from 2020 to 2025, they would not have had to steal so much money from the treasury to put up flags, 2-3 flags on a post, to put up them rubbish bin on the post. They got to put up, they got to get electric vehicle with digital monitors to say vote for them 3 jagabats. Let me tell you something. You ever see the PPP spend so much on an election? Answer me. You ever see the PPP spend so much on an election? They're frightened. Their days numbered. They smell the rat. That same big gutter rat, what is they on TV every Thursday? They smell the rat. And I want to tell you that they know of the amount of corruption. They know of the nepotism, the cronyism, the illegal activities. And they know that the people have become sensible. So what they do? They engage in psychological warfare. They thief we money and they paint the whole Guyana in black, red, and yellow. So that triggers with your mind when you pass down the road. Oh God, watch how much flag, watch how much banner, watch how much of this, watch how much of that. PPP, PPP. So they're playing with your mind. Psychological warfare, you call it. Now here, the APNU never profess to have all the money in the world. And we don't have access to the money like what them got. And we in 2020 didn't even campaign as hard as they are campaigning. But what they're doing is thieving from the treasury to campaign doubly hard because they're frightened. They're frightened bad. And the only reason they are so afraid is because you, the people, you are empowered, you are educated, and you understand how dangerous they are, and you will vote them out. So in these last couple days, they want to play with your mind. Don't allow them to do that. Don't allow them to get to your heads. I called a very close friend of Bharat Jagdeo. He's worked close with Jagdeo. And I tell Jagdeo, me say, he mustn't get rid of no document from there. Because when I come, I want to know where he got Sue. We got to find Sue. Remember Jagdeo had Sue in the bedroom? Was he bedroom or he living room? Oh, living room, and then he hide them in the bedroom. Well, I telling you, Sue the wrong still. Sue the wrong. And we got to catch Sue. And when we catch Sue, Sue got to Sue. And when he Sue, we got to know all the deals what Jagdeo make with the Chinese and everybody else. Comrades, these people are fattening their pockets. They're fattening their pockets. And we are saying to you that once you vote correctly and the APNU is elected to office, we will fatten your pockets. It's all about putting you first. I said in the 2015 campaign, I campaigned right here. I stood here and spoke to you. I stood at Nikodak and I spoke to you. I stood at Mariah's pleasure and I spoke to you. And you told me that the PPP people told you that they must frighten we because we gonna kick down at your door, we gonna slap up and box up and a whole heap of trash. I ask you, from 2015 to 2020, did we kick down anybody's door? Did we murder anybody? Did we victimize anybody? Did we treat any one of you terrible? What did we get from the PPP from 2020 to now? We first got Henry Boyce murdered, Harish Singh murdered, Quindon Bacchus. We got Oren Boston, Keon Fudgeny, Ronaldo Peters, Adriana Young. People kept dying under the PPP. People keep dying under the PPP. Then we get a set of fires, a set of school burned down, and you see Priya gallivanting like a headless chicken. Oh, we built this here. Oh, we built that there. Oh, we did this. Oh, we did that. What they're not telling you is that it burnt down under them. So who you expect to build it back? Priya Manik Chan has said that we in 2015 to 2020 did not build any secondary school. And she's right. She's right. But what she did not say is that from 2015 to 2020, we had to fix every secondary school in this country because they left it after 23 years in deplorable conditions. So we were making the existing schools conducive to learning. And after that, we were moving in the direction of constructing. So 2020, we gave her back every secondary school in a conducive learning environment. And that is what caused her the opportunity to build a few with oil money. Comrades, we didn't forget that. Comrades, I am telling you, the power is in your hands. The power is not in my hand alone. It's in your hands. You have had access to internet because of the APNU. You have been able to see. You have been able to experience. You have been able to feel what an APNU is and what a PPP is. You have to know what you're doing. Now let me touch a little on the blue man. The blue man. We invest in nonsense. WII, Edna. Comrades, listen to me. Listen to me carefully. Irfan and Azadin were body pals. Azadin make Irfan go there because he's spending money for put him there. Azadin vehicle was used to move Irfan, that F-150. Irfan the bigger than a whale, so he couldn't use the car. They had to put him in the F-150. You remember, is Azadin vehicle that had on the presidential crown when Irfan was sworn in? So all that happened now is two lovers fall out. All that happened now is two best friends fall out. And all firewood not take long for catch. I don't know that. All firewood not take long for catch. They hate each other now, but they gonna love back. And we have living examples before us. We have living examples before us. Let me tell you, when Lennox Schumann, the man was wearing a red diaper, when Lennox Schumann formed his own party in 2020, he said, I gonna name me party Liberty and Justice Party. And I fed up on the PPP and the PNC. And he gonna form his own party. Today, he dey right back with the PPP. Hug up, kiss up, and make up. Asha Kisoon, Guyana's only national squatter. Asha Kisoon. She forms her own party too. She on the name, what's she on the name? TNM, the New Movement. And Asha gets seat in Parliament, and like she too big for get up. So she ain't come out. And she sit down there till the end. And she hug up, kiss up, and make up back with the PPP. And I'm saying to you, Azruddin Mohammed will hug up, kiss up, and make up back with the PPP. So don't waste your vote. Don't split your vote. A vote for win is a vote for PPP. And no other political organization in Guyana is capable and able to remove the People's Progressive Party other than the APNU. We have the movement with us. We are the mass-based party across this entire country. So don't be fooled with the blue that has no clue. Comrades, I want to leave you with an assignment. I want to leave you with an assignment here in Wakenaam. And I will come back when we win as vice president of this country. And I will walk from Sanssouci to Mariah's Pleasure, back to Nikodak, Mariah Joanna, and I will thank each and every one of you. And I will ensure that we deliver on our commitments. Before I give you the assignment, I owe it to our presidential candidate to tell you why he is the man for the job. They say, how he not nice? Well, I want to ask you, Asif nice? They say, how he can dance? I want to ask you, Tariq could dance? They say, how he always does look vexed. Well, what the song say? Nothing for smile about. So what you going to smile about? You know why he's smiling here? We tell you here, you got to smile for this picture. And he smiled. Aubrey Norton has been in political life for over 50 plus years. Worked at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Worked at the Office of the President. Worked at the Ministry of Culture, Youth and Sports. And not once in that entire 50 years was he ever accused of being corrupt. Not once was he ever accused of thieving your money. He is clean, he is lean, and he is green. Aubrey North came from the ordinary, punished like many of you and I, educated himself, elevated himself, accomplished academically, and is still serving all of us who are ordinary. Aubrey Norton campaigned on this island. Aubrey walked with the ordinary man and woman. Aubrey never forgot where he came from. And I have no doubt when he becomes president, he will not forget none of you. Aubrey has always been a man for the people, ordinary. He just go and lime at Orange Walk, a place they call Bamba Mali. And the cousin he get Bamba Mali. Is ordinary people just be at Bamba Mali. Is ordinary people like me and you just go there. You know where they just go? They just go Marriott. They just go by Eden Hotel. They just go at them high class place. They just wear suit and jacket and expensive shoes. And then they just bring Sue and they just go in the bedroom. I am telling you that for you to understand. Do you want a man who has always been ordinary? Or do you want a man who thinks he is extraordinary? Aubrey is ordinary. Irfan thinks he is extraordinary. And it's only now you're seeing how much they're begging for your votes. Irfan is skinny tea. You hug a picnic, you heist baby, you smile. Irfan do all of that. Nice optics. You call it optics. Optic politics is making all of us poorer. We want a real man. We want an ordinary man. We want a man that has our interests at heart. We want Aubrey Compton Norton. You see this young lady? I have known her for over 18 years. Juretta Finance is an indigenous woman, an Amerindian. She's an educated indigenous woman. She's a strong woman. She's a committed, dedicated servant to the people. And accompanying all of that, she's damn beautiful too. And I am telling you that Juretta, with your vote, will become the first indigenous Prime Minister of Guyana. And she will bring indigenous issues to the top of the agenda, and she will represent her people and all of Guyana. The first time Guyana has that opportunity to shine. Well, I don't know that's. This is a 5 years ago picture. If you watch good, I got a little more gray here. But what I am committed to do is to ensure that accountability, transparency, and good governance prevail. What I am prepared to do is to ensure equal treatment to each and every one of you. What I am prepared to do is to walk, stand, sit, whatever form, represent each and every one of you. Our list of candidates, we have educated, accomplished, dedicated people. What do they have? What them got? They got rapists. They got people with Ozempic. They got people who mad. People who want strip and slap. They got all them terrorists. You tell me, are you going to vote for someone who was accused of being a rapist and being put back on a list? Are you going to vote for someone who wanted to strip and slap a lady? Are you going to vote for Jagdeo, who ill-treated Varshini? And Varshini came out in the public and made a statement and told us how she was treated so badly as the first lady of this country. Are you going to vote for somebody like that? Are you going to vote for somebody like Irfan, who is more of a scamp than Jagdeo? Irfan worse than Jagdeo. Irfan thief more. Irfan, whilst he skinny teeth, your thief and pocket with money. I am telling you, comrades, you decide. You decide what you want. The power is in your hands. And the assignment is for you, 400 that we normally get from this island. Work hard and give us 200 more. 400, work hard, give us 200 more. Let's take it to 600. And if you could do better, we will appreciate it. We will appreciate it. I ask of you to recognize that from 2015 to 2020, we did not forget you. We served you. And in 2025 to 2030, we will serve you again. Saiku told you the water treatment plant is yours. I told you a better hospital with CT scan and X-ray machine and more doctors is yours. A technical and vocational training center on this island is yours. You gotta decide if you want it or not. I beg of you, do what you have to do. Work hard to give us that victory so that we can give you the victory you deserve. I thank you. I thank you very, very much.
You say a fed up. You want real change? What you waiting on? Time for vote clean, vote wise, vote strong. Vote now, vote now, vote. Put the body palm if you serious, vote your life. Vote now, vote now, vote. Up to the permission that take your future right. Vote now, vote now, vote. Don't leave it for later, do it clean and bright. Vote now, vote now, vote. Aubrey and Jareda got the vision inside. Me used to say politics now for me, but me tired of waiting on miracle tree. Same old talk, same old scene, but me want clean money, not nothing mean. Me want build house, me want own land. Me tired of working with empty hand. So me start watching who really care and not know what's right there everywhere. Youth man take note, this not no joke.